Hi there everyone, thanks for joining us again. This is Simon from slotgames.org. Today we're going to be looking at the slots bonus which is offered by Omni Casino. Now if you're not aware of Omni, they are one of the largest playtech casinos currently online at the moment. And they're hugely respected within the casino industry. They've been online for 15 years and have won a whole host of industry awards during that time. So what we're going to have a look at today is the slots bonus that Omni offer, the requirements that come with that, and how you can claim it for yourself. We'll also have a look at a number of other features, promotions and bonuses that Omni offer to players to ensure that you get some extra free cash as well. So the first thing I'm going to say is that if you go to omnicasino.com directly, you'll be greeted with this page that you can see at the moment. However, regular visitors will hopefully know that we like to try and offer our viewers something a bit more. So if you use the link just below this video, we will take you through to this page here, which is offering all players 133% bonus up to $133, pounds or euros. So it's just a bigger bonus for our readers. So the first step in claiming the Omni Casino slots bonus is to make sure that you open an account from this page. Otherwise you run the risk of not being able to take advantage of the improved welcome offer. Okay, so how do you set up a player account from here? Well, you've got two different options. If you're using a PC, then you may want to download software, and you can click the download now button. At that point you'll be taken to a small download screen, at which point a file will download quickly and offer you sort of step-by-step instructions to install the software onto your desktop. I'm currently using a Mac at the moment, and Omni Casino is a Mac-friendly casino, so if you're using a Mac then you'll have no problems claiming the bonus either. To do that I will need to play the games in my browser, so I'm just going to click the play instantly button. So when I do that I'm taken through to this little preloader briefly. And then a screen that asks me whether I want to play for real or I play for fun. So I'm going to click on play for real and I get taken through to this login page. Now obviously you won't have an account with Omni Casino at the moment, so you'll need to click on the create account link at the bottom here. And you'll find a pop-up window appears which will contain the casino registration form. Now if you don't see this pop-up window, just have a check on your browser to make sure you haven't got any pop-up blockers turned on. If so, then just flick them off, try it again, and you should find this comes up without any problem. So all I'm doing here is just entering a few personal details about myself. The registration process is a very straightforward three steps of the process, which you can see can be done fairly quickly here. So the first screen was relating to my details, personal details. This one's about where I'm from. You can see the second country drop down menu contains an awful lot of different markets that players can register from. Unfortunately, Omni Casino, as with any other playtech casino, won't accept players from the US. So I'm afraid if you are based in the US, then you won't be able to open up a real money account at Omni Casino. So we go on to this third and final stage. I'm just being asked for a password and which currency I would like to play in. You can see from the drop down we've got quite a few different choices, so pick the one that's relevant to you. To receive this increased welcome bonus you won't actually need a coupon code, so you can leave that blank. So I'm just going to click on the agree to terms and conditions and then I will click the create button. So when that happens, that's the registration done. You can see here I'm provided with just my details, username. So if I just click on continue there, I will be taken through to the main lobby. So here's the lobby. You can see at the moment I'm getting a message that pops up and says that I don't have a balance. Would I like to go to the cashier? So I'm going to say yes. And I get another pop-up window which will hold the cashier details. So I'm just going to bring this down so you can see it a little bit more easily. Now there are a number of different ways that you can deposit funds with Omni Casino, and you can see them across the top here. Credit and debit cards are the most popular. So if you use the credit card you would simply just put in how much you want to deposit and then type a card and everything and hit the deposit button. However, Omni Casino does offer a second sort of bonus for deposits which are made with any of these alternative methods, so Nutella, Click to Pay, Money Bookers, PaySafeCard, Ucash and EntraPay. If you do have an account with any of those providers, we possibly suggest that you would deposit using those because you'll get an extra 10% bonus based on how much you deposit. So I, for example, if I have a Money Bookers account, would just put in how much I want to deposit, hit the deposit button, and those funds would be taken directly out of my Money Bookers account and put into my casino account. One other thing to mention about this alternative deposit bonus is that it's actually valid for any future bonuses that you make with Omni Casino, not just this first one. So if you continue playing with them, any future deposit you make via these alternative methods will also give you an additional 10% back, up to a maximum of $250, pounds or euros a month. Do please bear in mind though that no matter which deposit method you decide to choose, the improved slots bonus, the 133% offer, is only available on your first deposit. So it's a good idea to really try and make the most of that. The maximum you can receive as part of this bonus is $133, pounds or euros, and if you want to receive that, then you'd need to deposit $100, pounds or euros, and you'd start playing with 133. If you don't want to play with that much though, then you can just make the minimum deposit of 20 credits and you'll still be able to take advantage of the 133% match offer. Now there are obviously a few terms and conditions that come along with this bonus, and they're all listed on the Omni site, so we'd obviously suggest that you read through those thoroughly. But essentially the bonus comes with a 20 times wagering requirement, which is actually very generous when it comes to online casinos these days. And with regards to slot games, all the slot games are available to you, although if you're a progressive player you'll want to stick to sort of like the superhero slots, simply because any bets placed on progressive slot machines outside of those won't count towards sort of paying off your bonus. Now if you're a high roller looking to start with a little more than just 133 free chips, then you'll be pleased to hear that Omni Casino has a special high roller bonus for you, and this consists of an extra $500, pounds or euros totally free when you make your first deposit of at least 1,000 credits. So therefore that means if you deposit $1,000, you receive a $500 bonus, and you'll therefore be able to play with a bankroll of $1,500. Now the same wagering requirements come into play here, although you should also be aware that there is a maximum wager of $6 per slot machine spin put in place until you can actually meet the wagering requirements. Now one other area I just want to highlight in this cashier section are the comp points, which you'll find at the bottom here. Comp points are regular throughout all online casinos. The more that you play with real money, the more comp points you'll be given. The comp points at Omni Casino form part of their Club O VIP program, and all new players, when you open up a real money account, start off at the default level, the silver level, whereby for every $10 of real money you spend, you'll be given one Omni Casino Club O point. Now these points can be exchanged for real cash. So at the silver level, every 100 points you collect can be exchanged for $1 in cash, and as you move up through the gold and the platinum levels, you'll get more cash for your points. They can also be exchanged for trips to Vegas, concert tickets, nice meals out, all sorts of different things. So Omni Casino is certainly keen to look after their regular money players, and if you're one of those, then this is where you can come to see how many comp points you actually have at the moment. So when you've made your deposit, simply close down the pop-up window and you'll find yourself back in the lobby here. Now all the slot games, as you can imagine, are stored just under the slot games menu here on the right. Playtech, as I'm sure you're aware, has a huge number of them, so we'd personally recommend maybe starting on the likes of the Pink Panther. As mentioned earlier on, any of the superhero slots are a good way to clear your bonus. But really, Playtech have done an excellent job of releasing some great slots recently, so we're sure you'll find something you like. Now there is one last thing to mention here. When you've cleared your bonus, you're certainly not left alone there. Omni Casino also offer a reload bonus, which gives you up to 200 credits free on your second deposit. So this basically consists of a 50% match offer based on the size of that second deposit. So for example, if you deposit $100 for your second time, you can expect to receive a $50 bonus and therefore start playing with $150 bankroll. Equally, if you want to make the maximum out of this, you'd want to deposit $400 so that you could get $200 in bonus and therefore start playing the games with a further $600 in bankroll. Either way, there's plenty of free cash on offer, and the Omni Casino management team do an excellent job of running weekly and monthly promotions to make sure that you can pick up more free bonuses along the way. So if you go back into your cashier account now, having opened an account, having deposited, you should find that the bonus funds are already there waiting for you to play. So all that's required for you now is just to pop along to your favourite slot and start playing, and best of luck. I hope you find this useful. As always, we'll be back again shortly with another look at another slots bonus, but Omni Casino is one of the best casinos out there, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. But thanks very much for taking the time to watch this today, and we'll hopefully catch you soon. Take care. Bye.